How's it going, guys? This is AZJASON, and it's January 1st of 2021. To kick off the year, we thought we'd maybe jump through the roster of our top champs just for reference, and also to kind of start up a conversation of the types of videos you might be looking for us to work on. I am a member of BG4. I am an officer, and our base hero rating as a alliance is just over 50 million. My account includes 694 champs, a base hero rating of 1,753,822, and prestige of 11,516. Now this shows my perspective of the highest base hero rating, but it isn't really the prestige. So I want to kind of jump over to a couple screen prints here. First is from the Aunt May website, which is a phenomenal resource for you researching what impacts it might have to your account when you're doing rank ups. In this case, from a prestige perspective, my top champ is a 6-star Awakened Dr. Doom at SIG level 120. Number 2 is my 6-star rank 3 SIG 80 Aegon. Number 3 is Silver Surfer 565 SIG 200. I have a Dr. Doom 565 SIG 200. And lastly, a rank 2 6-star Captain Marvel movie at rank 130. Just below her is Namor. Doesn't quite make the top 5, which is by definition your prestige. It's the cumulative prestige, or average prestige actually, of your top 5 champs. And then just for point of reference, within our alliance, we keep track of our prestige. I'm actually ranked number 7 at 11,516. And PuppyloverMCOC is number 29. He's been a member of the Alliance for the last probably 2 months. Super skilled and working on getting his prestige up as well. He was actually below 10,000 when he first joined, but with some of the Cyber Monday deals and Christmas deals, he's made some really great rank ups to kind of move it on up. So back to the actual game. I thought the quick way to do this actually would to kind of just toggle through all of our 6 stars, just real quick, make sure I have the settings right. And again, this is kind of for you guys to kind of get a glimpse of what they are into the SIG levels, but also for me as a reference, a year from now to see how the accounts progressed. So first one is our Dr. Doom Awakened. He's pretty amazing, our number 1 prestige champ, but use him for either alliance war defense or as a pretty amazing tacker. He's a 6-star rank 3. My second 6-star rank 3 is Aegon. I have made it through the Abyss one time on the easy path. At the time I had a 565 SIG 180 Aegon, and he performed well, but I sort of just promised myself I'd go back to the Abyss once I got a rank 3, and he's here, so that is in the works in the coming year. Labyrinth of Legends, I've only done easy path, and sort of funny stories, before I had Aegon, I actually got through Labyrinth of Legends with Thing. I did the Thing synergy team and just sort of mashed my way through it. It was actually really fun. Maybe not the best way of doing it, but I certainly enjoyed myself, and that too is in the plans in the coming months to get through Labyrinth, just for the sake of picking up those remaining tier 2 alphas. So my third and final rank 3 6-star is Warlock. He was actually my first and got me the Thronebreaker title. He's amazing. I use him for everything. Alliance War attack, and then obviously a lot of the questing. So that concludes my 6-star rank 3s. I have 3 of them. I have 72 6-stars in total. I've got 7 rank 2s, and we'll run through those real quick. Captain Marvel movie. Guillotine 2099. Corvus Glaive, and he's awakened. Thing. Apocalypse, relatively recently within the last month, and then awakened him on one of the featured 6-star crystals that came out recently, so pretty ecstatic about that. Sentinel is actually my most recent rank 2. I've got a ton of tech tier 4 class callus and overflow, so I had to find a way to use them, and I figured I had this rank 1 unawakened. I also have a rank 4 5-star awakened, but I figured it'd be better to invest in the 6-star, so I did. We've also got Human Torch, also amazing, unawakened to the current status. You'll see shortly that I've got a 5-star, rank 5 awakened as well. All right, so now we're just going to really fast run through the rank ones. We have Gambit, Phoenix, Mysterio, Ebony Maw, Wasp, I recently awakened, Darkhawk. I like Darkhawk. He needs a high sig, and with Warlock and Guillotine, I just don't see a future for him in my account of using him too much. Black Widow Clairvoyant would be my number one choice of taking to rank 2. I recently did the one-time completion of, I believe it was variant 6 or X7, and unfortunately I got a mutant 1 to 2, not a mystic. So had it been mystic, she'd be up, but I'm like deathly low on tier 4 class counts for mystic, so she might be here for a little while. But on the duck, Diablo, Gamora, Hela, Proxima Midnight, Vision Arcus, Carnage, Massacre, Karnak, Sabretooth. He has a really cool intro. I'll let him finish there. Nightcrawler was actually one of my probably first 3 6-stars that I got, and he did a good job for a little while, but kind of got past him. Red Skull, Taskmaster Unawakened, Rocket Raccoon, Loki, The Champion, Invisible Woman, Annihilus, Havoc, Cable. I recently awakened Cable with a featured 6-star when that crystal came out. I do have a mutant 1 to 2 rank up gem, and I do have Apocalypse. So I drag Cable along for that synergy, so I can do one fight with Apocalypse and then immediately do a Horseman. Without him or Sinister or Kang, you've got to win 2 to 3 fights, depending on who your opponent is, to get Apocalypse ranked up fast enough to do the Horseman synergy. So I really see this as a likely candidate. The only one I would take over him probably right now would be potentially Red Magneto. I do not have him as a 5 or 6-star, so short of a miracle, I think Cable's going to be going up here shortly. We'll do some gameplay video on him too. OG Guillotine, Awakened, Bishop, Domino. So Domino, I explored, all the variants and so much of the earlier content. I never had a 5 or 6-star Domino. So I just recently, I'd say within the last 4 to 5 months, gotten a 5 and 6-star Domino. So she's amazing, but I feel like sort of missed the prime time for Domino and just never really got too much use of her. So I could now, but it just seems like there's other champs out there that I like better. That was Luke Cage, Doctor Strange, Hulk Ragnarok, Cull Obsidian, Nebula, Yondu, Punisher 2099, Old Man Logan, Longshot, Mr. Sinister. He's the other option for Apocalypse, but I prefer Cable. Iron Fist, Venom. There's actually a level up and a cosmic advancement going on right now, and I'm seriously considering taking him to rank 2. Thor Ragnarok, Heimdall, Kamala Khan, The Hood, Ultron, Killmonger, Airwalker, Ronan I just got in my last 6-star featured, and I also do not have him as a 5-star, so that's interesting. Yellow Jacket is getting, I believe, a rework here in the coming months. Also Bloodstone I recently got within the last 3 weeks, I'd say. She's unawakened, but interesting synergy with Tigra. And then when you run her with Quake and Nick Fury, with those evade charges on top of her sort of evade, she's also interesting where the opponent could be half dead before you really have to start even fighting. Juggernaut, Ant-Man, Rhino, OG Iron Man, Winter Soldier, I haven't got him leveled up yet. Deadpool X-Force, he's level 1 of 25. I'm literally just dragging him along for synergy with Nick Fury. Eventually I'll take him up, but at this point, I just love the fact I actually have a 5 or 6 star Deadpool to take along with Nick Fury for X6 content. Howard the Duck, Drax, Joe Fixit, OG Captain America, and we're back to Doctor Doom. So I think what I want to do just really fast is just by class look at them. So again, 6 stars. Thing I had kind of early on, I had a rank 4 5-star, and then I landed the 6-star, took 6-star to rank 2, and eventually I took the 5-star to 565 as well because of the path assignment I had in Alliance War. So I actually used both 1, maybe even 2 or as Alliance War defense. Luke Cage is interesting enough, just got him relatively recently in Awakened. He's actually really great for distract on some of the Cavalier difficulty event quests we're going through. Human Torch is amazing, obviously, and Wasp was also interesting too. Now, from a skill perspective, it's Aegon, rank 3. I, again, intend on going back into the Abyss and finishing that off, and Labyrinth of Legends, that's a long weekend or over a week's time. I'm sure I can knock that out, and it's all about getting the tier 2 alphas that I'm short on. Elsa is also interesting there. So Mutant, Apocalypse, Big Daddy right there. He's amazing. As a horseman perspective, I like Cable. I like Gambit. Domino's pretty amazing too. You'll see later I have a 565 Wolverine. He's super fun. So I'm really interested in the mutants. And actually I think here in the next month there's a mutant related event. So I'm presuming I'll do well with that. Cosmics, I've been blessed with some pretty amazing Cosmics. Another fun fact, you'll look at the items here shortly, but I have, I believe, 2 6-star Awakening Gems that are Cosmic. And obviously, you would use Cosmic Awakening Gems on Captain Marvel movie and Corvus, both of which are awakened. And I assume Venom would be one. I also just awakened him. So short of like Hercules coming out, or I just saw something on Twitter that Odin might be coming out too, that is something I could hold for. Obsidian is a maybe. Ronan, you'd think, why would you waste a Cosmic Awakening Gem on him? But I don't have Ronan as a 5 or 6 star, and I know, at least on the Abyss path, that he's sort of cheese for that path. That might make sense. So some decisions have been made in Cosmic, but I've been blessed with some amazing ones in Naturally Awakening them. Tech. So Warlock was my first rank 3. Guillotine's my rank 2 as a Sentinel. Mysterio is interesting. Nebula has some uses with sort of her unique playstyle and Shock, so won't take her up, but those are kind of my favorites. And then lastly, we've got Mystic, Doctor Doom, Awakened, Roll Pass Signal level, I think 120, I think we saw earlier. Long Shot can be fun in certain situations, but Black Widow Clairvoyant is amazing. I just don't have the Mystic tier 4 class Callus currently. So to conclude the tour, I'm just going to dive into my 565s. I have 156 5 stars, 32 565. So let's just run through them super fast, and we'll do that also by class. First is Science. I know she's down the list from Prestige, but Quake is amazing. PuppyloverMCOC, I had her for a year before I was able to land Quake. I actually set up a baby account and was lucky enough to get a 4 and a 5-star Quake before my main account, and I practiced like really all summer on the baby account just to get good at Quake. So a miracle happened. I actually got Quake, I want to say like in August or September, and within a month on my main account I was using her for Alliance War. The first time we took the Alliance into map 7 before the change, Quake was sort of a ringer for a lot of the minis. I actually do have some old tape on this one Alliance quest in particular where I was able to take and use Quake for both mini bosses and the boss, and I pulled up like 7 million points. So that was like my Super Bowl of Quake use, I think. But she's amazing. Void's amazing. He's Sig 200. Cap America, Thing, and Guardian are all Sig 200. And then I have Awakened Human Torch. I recently took up She-Hulk to 565. I think she's really good. I wouldn't say I'm the best at her right now, but actually bring her in as a synergy team with like Warlock or Guillotine with Mr. Fantastic. I love the Power Sting. It's a great way for extra damage. So if you haven't explored that, consider that. But with Mr. Fantastic and She-Hulk, or Mr. Fantastic and I'd say Doc Ock is probably the second best option. The Power Sting is available, so research that on Aunt May and kind of check that out. Skill. Cellsuit Spidey. Aegon is SIG 180. P2 is great, but with my rank 3, this Aegon will be on the bench. Blade was one of my early 565s, like my top 3. I think I took Stark Enhanced Spidey up first, and then Blade. I think rank 4 Ghost Rider, though. Nick Fury, Awakened, and also amazing. He's my highest ranked Nick Fury. And then Black Widow, Deadly Origin is really cool for some shock damage and just fun. Namor was my number 1 prestige champ for the longest time. I use him for a lot of the reflection type nodes where there's Electro or Korg or whatnot. Archangel is an absolute go-to. Omega Red, Sunspot, Colossus, Emma Frost, and Wolverine. Wolverine we'll explore later on some content as a horseman, and that'll be pretty fun. Cosmic, Silver Surfer was a prestige thing. I don't use him a whole lot, although he does have a nice synergy with Doctor Doom. Corvus Glaive, love him, but again with my rank 2 Awakened Corvus, I use that one in Alliance Quest quite a bit as a primary attacker. Cosmic Ghost Rider, I recently got, I believe, around the Cyber Monday weekends or deals. And then Hyperion, older champ. I didn't have him for the longest time, got him Awakened, and I plug him in all the time for all kinds of content. Ghost, I am good at, but not nearly consistent enough to be someone I use all the time. I got to get more practice in on her. PuppyloverMCOC is head and shoulders better than me on both Ghost gameplay and Quake. Quake, I'm catching him. Ghost, I still have a long way to go before I'm nearly at his level. Stark Spidey, again, I said he was probably one of my first 3 565s. Got me through a ton of content early on. Guardian is a recent rank up. I'm working on getting his SIG levels up, but he too is a great synergy team partner, especially for block proficiency. And you can slap him on any team and improve them. And then lastly, we've got Dr. Doom leading off. I think he's still in my prestige, if I remember correctly, in addition to my 6-star rank 3. Tigra is a new rank up to 565. I believe She-Hulk was the most recent, and then Tigra before that. I used a Mystic Awakening gem on Tigra. I'm still learning her, but there's a great line chat on Tigra gameplay, and there's a few folks in there that are just amazing. I like the utility of her where she can eliminate all kinds, almost like Quake does, just bypasses certain things. Tigra is super unique compared to really any other champ, and this year my goal is to get much better at her and take down some really tough bosses in Alliance War or even Alliance Quest. Sorcerer Supreme, with Doom and even Black Widow Clairvoyant, there's other ones that I am more comfortable with, but I see a lot of potential with her, so I took her up. Sim Supreme I actually took into the Abyss along with Doom, but Sim was amazing in Abyss as well. Dragon Man, I just recently awakened. I had him as a 565 unawakened, but for defense purposes and Alliance War, opted to use one of the Mystic Awakening gems on him, and then Magic. All right, so that concludes the account tour. Just super fast, we're going to whip through some of the catalysts just to see sort of inventory levels, and then we'll kind of conclude. So these are the tier 5 basic. I have 10 of them, which is max level, even with the sigil. Getting close on Cosmic, about halfway or a little short of halfway on Mutant. Science, Mystic, Skill, and Tech. Tech was, I got out of the Abyss, and that's how I got Warlock up to become Thronebreaker. And I just recently was able to get Skill for Aegon and Mystic for Doom. Both of those I kind of got over the hump by buying some of the deals and selectors as part of these Cyber Weekend deals. And so that's how I got my second and third rank 3 6 stars. Tier 4, so I'm in overflow or almost on the verge of overflow on literally everything except for Mystic, and I have 0 Mystic. So again, it's really tough to rationalize going into overflow further just to open a bunch of crystals and then just to try and get Black Widow up. So I'm kind of between a rock and a hard place there. And just quick look at the overflow, a few tech and skill, and just with some basic rank ups, I'll take care of the tier 1s, but I'll probably do the 2-for-1 deals just to get rid of these overflows. I have nothing really I want to do with tech or skill for that matter. So that's kind of the deal. And then lastly, we're going to look at the items just because there's some interesting rank up content we can look at. So I've got 3 generic 5-star awakening gems, but if you kind of scroll through the count, like there's just really nothing that I need to awaken. So they're just kind of sitting there. I've got these 2 cosmic awakening gems, but again, Captain Marvel movie and Corvus are already awakened. Venom is awakened, so struggling honestly to figure out what to even use those on, and hopefully as I complete more content, Act 6 and Abyss, I get something besides cosmic. Awakening gems further, I have 4 tech, I've got 4 skill, and 1 science it looks like. So that's all interesting. And then lastly, we're going to dive down into some of the 6 stones and rank up gems. So I've got quite a bit of cosmic, not quite, I'm 16 I guess. Probably the big thing here is I have 97 6-star +1 6 stones, and I've got 8 +5s. So pretty good movement there. I could easily get basically Doom and Aegon, or Doom and Captain Marvel movie nearly to SIG 200 and move my prestige up maybe 100 points. So for me, it's just not worth it. Neither one like needs it. So I'm holding those for a champ that actually does need it. Aegon, you could argue does, but like in something like the Abyss, he's already taken like 56% of his hit count into the next fight versus 75%. I just don't know that's worth throwing another 126 stones in just for relatively incremental difference. And lastly, we have some of these 3 to 4 5-stars, but these are, for 2015 and 16 champs. There's literally nothing in here other than, I believe, Ronin, like the old Ronin. I just got the 6-star. I still don't have the 5-star. Thor might be cool, but there's like nothing else in here. Like on some of these I had like Hyperion, but I took him up naturally versus using these rank up gems. So these will be sitting here for a while. I have 1 3 to 4 here. I've got, this will be useful, the rank up gem for a mutant. Now, if I ever got Magneto, that would be obvious. I don't see him coming, so I'm kind of feeling Cable's the choice, and that could be happening here shortly. And then I've got Science. Human Torch is already up, Thing is already up. You could argue Luke Cage, you could argue Invisible Woman, you could argue the third one, which is escaping me. You could wait for Captain America Infinity War or Void, but both require a ton of SIG stones, so I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this, but we'll find something eventually. And that, for the most part, concludes the account tour. I appreciate your time today to kind of just listen in. This is for you to kind of see what the account looks like, and if you have feedback for what sort of gameplay or champs you'd like to see used in the upcoming content, I'd love to hear about it. But with that, have a great day. We hope that 2021 will be an amazing year. 2020 was certainly rough for a lot of folks, and it's nice to put that in the rearview mirror. But here's to 2021 being that much better. Have a great day.